What's going on, guys? Today I have a great video for you all. It's not going to be too long of a video, but it's going to be very, very powerful and important for you all. So it's going to be how to identify which highs and lows have liquidity. So a lot of people in the community, they like to say that there's liquidity above every high and every low. To a certain degree, yes, that is correct. But what we have to be able to identify is basically like the important liquidity, okay, where retail traders are trading at and from. All right, so we're going to get right into a couple examples here. Okay, and again, I want you guys to understand that I'm not going to be drawing out these diagrams for you to find these kind of like as a pattern on your own charts. You have to make sure you understand these diagrams, okay? We're not trading off patterns. We're trading off logic and understanding, okay? Again, how to identify which highs and lows have liquidity. I can run through a bullish example to begin with. What do we have here? So we can see that the market has printed a high, a low, and then we've went bullish and printed a new high, okay? As we know, once taking out previous high here, retail will like to trade from these lows, okay? That's just how retail mindset is, how retail strategies work. They want to see a BOS in the market. And again, once we approach these areas like this, the extreme, this is where they will be entering buy positions, okay? We want to see the market react and move away, okay? Telling me that buyers have now entered positions in this area, okay? And then look how the market even puts them in profit, okay? That's fine. I want you guys to understand that since we have now respected this red box, respected this low from the left-hand side, and again, moved away to the upside, we now have liquidity at this low. So this right here is actually so powerful, yet not really looked at quite a bit, okay? Same thing goes for a bearish example. Okay, so again, here we have low, high, and low. Taking out previous low, so again, retail will see this as a BOS in the market. This is where they will be selling from. We do not want to look for entries from here, okay? Because this is a low probability setup, and we don't always know when the market will respect retail strategies and when it won't. So we let the market react from it. Now we understand that there's liquidity above this high, and you can use this to your benefit. So let's say we are trying to look for a buy scenario and we're moving to the upside, and then we approach these highs, okay? Remember, we understand now that retail has entered positions here with stop losses above the high, aka the black line, okay? Use that to your advantage, all right? What do I mean by that? If now we move away, okay? And again, this is where retail is induced from. Why? Same thing, BOS to downside. Okay, so retail is looking to sell anywhere within this red box area. Look how it gives them a reaction to the downside. Here's a BOS for them as well. And then all of a sudden what the market will do is it'll run bullish back to the upside. So again, I want you guys to understand the logic of these diagrams that I have drawn out in front of you. Okay, I don't want you guys to look at them as patterns, because if you look at these as patterns, then you'll just get yourself wrecked in the market, okay? We're not pattern traders here. You need to make sure you add logic and reasoning to your analysis, okay? So now that we know which highs and lows have liquidity above them and below them, now we need to go through which highs and lows don't have liquidity above and below them, okay? Again, very simple concept, but very, very powerful. So just like we drew before, okay? Market has respected the low and moved away, which means we now have liquidity below these lows, okay? What will tend to happen is the market will hunt for it, okay? Now, in this situation right here, what have we done? We have swept liquidity to the upside, okay? And now, if we move away, we have swept liquidity to the downside as well, okay? Now, again, this can be very simple, but very powerful. A lot of traders will look to trade, since we have taken liquidity to the downside, they immediately want to look for buys back up. But the question you got to ask yourself is, what are you targeting, right? Why are we going to target this high up here? From this point, from this high, all we have done is swept liquidity, okay? Swept the previous high, which allowed us to go bearish from A to B, okay? Leaving no liquidity whatsoever at this high. So a lot of traders make the mistake of looking to trade bullish into the high, okay? And then maybe gets a reaction and then sells off again. Why? That's because we had no liquidity above this high, right? Again, all we've done from this point is swept this high over here, this structural high. And then from A to B, we sold off, okay? Leaving no liquidity above this high. But look what's happened now. We have respected this high, right? We've went bullish after taking the lows, approached the highs over here, respected them, moved away. So what does that now tell me? Same concept. We now have liquidity above this high. All right? Same thing with the bearish scenario. Let's go through this. So retail induced, and then they enter sell positions up here. So now we have liquidity above these highs, just like we spoke about before. Okay. Then what will happen? Boom. We run that liquidity. Okay. That bullish move from A to B was fueled because we swept out the liquidity at this low here. Okay. So again, grabbing that structural low, printing this low in the market here, and then moving bullish to the upside. Okay. Again, what a lot of traders will make the mistake of doing is immediately looking for sells when there is no liquidity here yet. But again, look what I've just drawn on. Low, respected, low, which means now we have liquidity. Now we have liquidity below this low. Okay. So again, these are very, very simple concepts, but very, very powerful. If you don't understand that structure is liquidity, the market will keep humbling you over and over. But if you're ready to finally get it and learn how we actually trade, hit the link in the description. You can steal our entire strategy for free and trade with us live.